size. Launch it. Infantry moving. RPG!
Weapons free!
SOCOM 4 booth with Travis Steiner of Zipper Interactive. Over here, checked out SOCOM 4. I played a little bit earlier today. So with SOCOM 4, tell us what's new.
A lot is new. A lot is new. Well, we've really been looking at SOCOM 4 as an evolution in the franchise. Us at Zipper are really excited to be back with the SOCOM series. You know, we've been there since the beginning, and we're excited to be back with SOCOM 4. In particular, we've really tried to, evolve. For online, we've tried to evolve the game modes. We wanted to really focus on, again, that team-focused gameplay that SOCOM's so well known for. So we'll continue to support suppression, which is, obviously the SOCOM style of deathmatch. But we have 3 new game modes in addition to that, starting with Last Defense. In Last Defense, each team is trying to capture control of 3 key points in the middle of the map. If either team is able to do that, then they unlock the ability to go in and plant an airstrike beacon on the enemy base and have a chance to destroy it. If you're on the defending team, then you want to fall back to your base and hold that position as long as you can during this Last Defense phase. If you're able to do that, then the round will reset and you'll have a chance to go then attack the middle again. So that's Last Defense. We also have Bomb Squad. In Bomb Squad, the Spec Ops team is escorting a bomb technician in a big, bomb squad suit. He's trying to get in and defuse a series of bombs throughout the map. Imagine this guy's in a big armored suit. He moves a little slower. He's got an automatic shotgun and an MGL. So he's pretty formidable, even though he moves slower. But you as a teammate want to really try and protect this guy and get him to each of these key locations. On the insurgent side, you're gunning for this guy. You got your crosshairs on him. You're trying to take that guy out before he can get to all of those bomb locations. The last one is Uplink. In Uplink, one team is trying to get into the enemy base, steal some valuable data, retrieve it, and bring it back to their base and upload it. It's kind of like a SOCOM spin on Capture the Flag. So those are the new game modes. We also have a bunch of other ways to play the online mode. We have, starting with the standard mode, which is we have respawn, all the new core gameplay features in SOCOM. But for our hardcore fans, we also have a classic mode. This is where you can go and play all these game modes with classic options turned on. Things like health regeneration turned off, no respawn, push-to-talk communications, faster movement speeds, and some variants on the objectives themselves. So we really wanted to reach out to our hardcore fan base who love that more tactical approach. We then lastly have a custom queue option. We got a lot of feedback from fans saying, hey, we want to be able to have ranked games that have some mix and match custom settings. Maybe players really like playing with snipers only. Maybe they want faster movement speeds. We can take that feedback from the community, and then we're going to be hosting these custom game types. So they're basically custom variants on the 4 game modes that I listed. So it's really a way for us to work together with the fans and hear from them what they want to see in the game, and also just keep adding to the replayability. I mean, I think SOCOM's a great game to keep you coming back, get people hooked, and make it a part of your daily life, or so we hope.
Because I mean, SOCOM was a lot of people's first foray into online gaming. And especially, I mean, I know with myself, SOCOM 1, it was a big deal. The classic mode is probably the most thing when you're saying that, it's most I'm interested in, because over time we've seen games kind of slowly maneuver over to like the Call of Duty series, to where it's along those regenerated health and all that. And a lot of people are like, where's the SOCOM I have? Where's the SOCOM where I take 2 shots and I'm dead? Where is that SOCOM? So with classic mode, it's going to have more of that original SOCOM 1 and 2 feel?
Yeah, absolutely. But I should mention that in both modes, both the standard and the classic, it still has that team-based, tactical, authentic feel. Even though we have health regen, it's not like you can go dance in the open and take 1,000 bullets, right? We still have a very realistic game. So respawn is just a way to keep you coming back to the action, but we still want people to play the game tactically, utilize the environment, utilize the cover system, and things like that to really, give it that feel of an authentic shooter, because at its core, that's what separates SOCOM. That's what makes it unique from all the other shooters out there, is that we are the tactical, the authentic shooter on the market.
Now, the other big thing that I saw at E3 last year was the single player. There's a more in-depth single player this time around, a lot more storyline. Give us a quick rundown of that.
Oh yeah, SOCOM, the earlier SOCOM games have had great single player, but they've really never been known for the story. It was always kind of the team bouncing around from location to location. We wanted to change it up and really focus on telling the story of a 6-day conflict. We've set the game in Southeast Asia. You play the role of the NATO operations commander, and you have a squad of 4 other teammates. So we have, if you're playing the game in North America, you have 2 American teammates, Wells and Schweitzer. They're kind of like heavy weapons specialists. And then you also meet up with a South Korean team. Chung and 45 are the 2 members of that. And they're more into covert operations. They have suppressed weaponry. They're good at long-range sniping. So each member of your team not only brings a unique personality to the story, but also brings an interesting spin on the gameplay. How you leverage the backgrounds and expertise of those troops in the field is going to ultimately help you decide on the tactics you want to employ in the field. And we're also excited too about having a playable female character in single player as well. So I mentioned 45. She's a recon specialist, and you'll actually have a chance to play her for 4 of the missions in the campaign. Missions we call covert missions, where she's basically going into an enemy installation at night ahead of the main assault to recon, sabotage, gather information about the enemy there, that they'll then set up the following assault in the daytime with the full squad. So, again, focusing on the story has helped us really immerse players in the field here, but also, it really is the backbone for a lot of the gameplay mechanics that we have in the game. I mentioned the operations commander. This guy's, he's a commander in the field, so not only is he a soldier, but he's got access to, airstrikes on demand in certain cases. He can command these international forces, so it not only supports the story, but it supports the moment-to-moment gameplay, which we're really excited about.
All right, now the planned schedule, what's the scheduled release date right now?
April 19th.
And is everybody prepared with the PlayStation Network so that we don't have a repeat of last time where a lot of people couldn't play games for almost a week?
SOCOM 4 is going to be solid, absolutely. We extended the project timeline a little bit to make sure that the entire game was as polished as possible. So whether you're playing, single player, competitive multiplayer, or even our online co-op, I think you're going to have a very polished and great experience. I didn't mention much on co-op, but co-op is something new other than we did it in SOCOM CA early on. But this is another big emphasis point for us in SOCOM 4, was really spending more effort on co-op, and we've got some great gameplay in co-op, particularly the replayability you get with the dynamic AI that we have in the game. You and your players can keep coming back through these co-op scenarios, and you're going to get something different every time. It's not one of these situations where you can just always, memorize where every guy is going to be at every time and how he's going to react to you. Our AI in the game are very dynamic in both single player and in co-op. So, it's not something we've really emphasized as much in the past, other than, again, like I said, SOCOM CA, but it is definitely a big part of SOCOM 4. So, in total, I can just mention that the game is huge. 14 single-player missions. We've got 12 different co-op scenarios where you can mix and match map and game type, and then a lot of custom options on top of that. You can string those scenarios together to make your own custom co-op campaigns. And then, of course, 9 competitive multiplayer maps, 10 if you pre-order the game from GameStop and get the classic abandoned map. We got the 4 game modes, and then the 3 variations where you got standard, classic, and the custom game queues. So there's a ton of different ways to play SOCOM 4. People that go out and get it on day one, I think there's a good chance they're going to be playing SOCOM 4 still a year later.
All right, well, that's coming out April 19th. Travis, thank you very much for taking some time out to talk about SOCOM 4, which looks like it's going to be really big.
Yeah, thank you very much for talking to me.
Positive contact. Hostile down.
Go, go, go!
Objective complete, sir.